So, last week I got the opportunity to head down to the Goodwood Festival of Speed to see all the latest things coming from Renault, as well as take a look at its past. Let's take a look. The Renault Megane featured prominently on the electric avenue, giving many people a first chance to see the all-new model launching in the UK towards the end of the year. This left-hand drive example is finished in midnight blue. UK specs will be available with a liquid-cooled 60 kWh battery and will offer 160 kilowatts or 220 horsepower, with a range of about 280 miles. The car will also feature a 440-litre boot, 20-inch Sorin alloy wheels, a 12.3-inch drive display backed up with a 9-inch open-eye infotainment display powered by Android Automotive, making full use of the Google suite of products including Maps, Assistant and the Play Store. The car will also feature grey upholstery made from recycled materials. Charging of the vehicle will be done via a charge point on the curb side of the vehicle and will be able to charge at 22 kilowatts from an AC charge point and up to 130 kilowatts using DC charging. When the UK car lands with us, we'll do a full walkthrough guide of the vehicle, so if you want to be alerted when that goes live, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click that bell icon. That way you'll receive a notification every time we upload a new video.
And say, what have we got over here? I can see a Renault Megane. What's special about this electric car?
Well, this is a 100% electric Megane. Obviously, we've had petrol Meganes in the past, we've had diesel Meganes, but this is the new Megane. It's a very important car for Renault, and you can see that whole new design philosophy there. It's a really modern, striking design. We saw it go up the hill, and I think it looked really stood out there on the hill yesterday, and it's obviously a very pivotal car for Renault and what they're doing with zero emissions.
Let's take a look at this. This is obviously from Renault.
The Renault Megane E-Tech. This is the first time we've seen this in our Combox today.
I was just down looking at this in Electric Avenue. Actually, it is a handsome car. I mean, Renault are undergoing like Peugeot, undergoing a really strong design phase at the moment.
Yeah, Renault has dropped what we would perhaps traditionally think of as a Megane, the kind of hatchback role to something like a Ford Focus. So this is really quite a big change. All electric. Going to be on sale very soon. Onto the grass, he is going for it.
And there is a really sexy looking sort of concept down there in Electric Avenue as well of a new pure EV Renault 5, but a sort of Renault Sport Imagine version. I think that's going to get a lot of attention if they decide to productionise that.
Yeah, if you haven't already gone and had a look in Electric Avenue, you really should.
Absolutely. I mean, not only to take a look at cars, from your I-Pace or whatever down to sort of a Vauxhall Mocha, but also what manufacturers are looking at bringing to the market as well. Well, the Ferrari, perhaps slightly unsurprisingly, catching the Renault from behind.
The Renault was doing a good job.
No, it was, yeah.
He was sort of really trying.
Eased off up the hill.
The Renault RS10 was introduced in 1979 and was the first turbo F1 car to win a race, having triumphed at the French Grand Prix later that year. This weekend, the car was driven by one of the drivers at the time, Renault. Using a 1.5-litre V6 engine producing over 500 horsepower at 11,000 RPM, the car proved to be a dominant force in the South African Grand Prix due to the thin air in the area proving to be a huge advantage, and was a race that the other manufacturers realised turbos was the way forward, with BMW and Ferrari introducing their own in 1982. It was thought by some that turbocharged engines would allow large manufacturers to leapfrog the smaller British teams and their acknowledged leadership in chassis design.
All-New. There are so many wonderful bits of machinery at the Festival of Speed, but this is one of my favourites, kind of Renault's first turbocharged Formula One car. Just tell us about it.
Yeah, I remember this car when I was driving in '79. This car I make a big war with Gilles Villeneuve with this one. And this one was B-turbo, it was more easy to drive, but always very, very difficult to. But for me, one of the best car I drive in my life, because we have a lot of power. We have the skirt with this car, and it was really exciting to drive this type of car. Except maybe in Monte Carlo was better. In Monte Carlo in '82 I make a fantastic time. I am in pole and I am leader of the race, but we have much success with this car. I win four races with Renault, and it was really exciting to develop the first car in Formula One with a turbocharged engine.
And was it difficult to drive with a delay in the turbocharger? As you mentioned Monaco, was that quite difficult because of the turbo?
Yeah, I remember when I drove the first car, the 01, it was a disaster. We have a big car, turbo like a lorry, and you brake, you turn in, you put flat, and you don't smoke one cigarette, 20 cigarettes, and you power away suddenly. But with this car it was more easy because with the small turbo, the lag was less, and it was for me. I start with this car in '79 with Renault in Dijon, but with this type of car it was more easy to drive because the lag was very reduced.
Renaud, thank you so much. Enjoy the weekend.
To you, enjoy everybody. I am very happy to come back after 2 years with nothing, and the event is always, for me, one of the best events in the world.
The R5 Turbo served a dual purpose: promote sales of the regular R5 and also compete in Group 3 and 4 categories of the FIA Rally Championship. With Jean Ragnotti at the wheel, it achieved many wins in international rallies and took first place in iconic races such as the Monte Carlo Rally in 1981 and the Tour de Corse the following year. Renault Sport wanted more, however. To get around strict regulations for Group B rally cars, it decided to change capacity class and produce just 20 units of the ultimate version of the R5 Turbo, the Renault Maxi 5 Turbo. The car was once again radically different from its predecessor: steel body shell, aluminium roof, stiffened panelling and wind tunnel designed and tested bodywork. Brake discs were cast iron ventilated, wheel rims were made from one-piece magnesium, and wing pillars combined as air intake ducts. Engine-wise, the 1.5 litre turbocharged unit, supplemented by a DPV anti-lag system borrowed from Formula One, could produce 350 horsepower. With a weight of just 905 kilos, it also had an excellent power-to-weight ratio. And finally, the Renault 5 Electric made its UK debut. The car was launched as part of the Renaulution strategy, and this car is a key part of that, being described by Luca Di Meo as the vehicle that will democratise electric cars, with costs starting somewhere around £17,000. We will see the final version hopefully by the end of this year, with a launch somewhere in 2024. Of course, as we find out more, we will let you know, so make sure you get subscribed and click that bell icon so you're always kept up to date with the latest news on our channel. In the meantime though, why don't you check out why I think the Zoe is still a great buy in 2022? Or perhaps you'll appreciate an explanation of what E-Tech is.